Still not melted. What's up guys, Okan here, and I'm back at it with another video. Took a little break last week. I think it was only a 1 week break, but anyway, I'm back and here to talk about Loki. Now, what is Loki about? So this is my rough synopsis of the show because I forgot like the official synopsis and I didn't write it down. But Loki is essentially, it takes place immediately after the events of the Avengers movie, 2012 Avengers in New York. We remember what happened in Endgame. Hulk didn't want to take the stairs. He comes busting out the door. He busts it wide open. Throws Iron Man like 10 feet back. The Tesseract falls. Bam. It falls in front of Loki. Loki picks it up. Gets sent to another dimension. This is where the show picks up. He gets sent somewhere else. And basically from there, he gets thrown into situations with this organization called the TVA. Forgot what it stands for. Time Variant Assholes or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but he gets in situations with the TVA. He has to basically hunt down another version of a variant of... is this a spoiler? I don't know if this is a spoiler. He has to hunt down a variant, basically, and yeah, things just take a sharp turn left from there once things get a little further on in the story. But that was pretty crappy. That was a pretty crappy synopsis of the show. Essentially, it's a show about time travel in some aspects, but it's Marvel, so it's good. Now, like I just said, it's good. This show was really good. I can't tell you guys if I enjoyed this better than WandaVision. Definitely enjoyed it better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But WandaVision and this are like neck and neck for me, I have to say, to be honest, because this show was amazing. So my camera died, so that kind of sucks. But anyway, back to everything that I was talking about previously. So I think I left off saying that I thought this was like a really good show, and I really appreciate the attention to detail and the fine-tuning that Marvel puts in all of their content. Like, this show pretty much connects together so many different things, and you can just tell the repercussions that it's going to have for the future of the MCU for years to come. Like, it's gonna be insane, but I'm just looking forward to it. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that this show does really well, and I think one of the main things is its characters and character development. Now, there was a few standout characters that I want to kind of brag on for a little bit, and we can start, I guess, with Tom Hiddleston, and then I'm going to work my way through some of the other cast members here. So Tom Hiddleston as Loki is brash and selfish at first, but later on he's kinder, I would say more reliable and trustworthy, and even a guy you invite over for a game night or a barbecue eventually. Like, his character development was pretty good in those short 6 episodes that were present, and it kind of makes you, it's like you kind of know that Loki's capable of developing in such a way, because over the years of the MCU, you've seen him progress as a character, like in the Thor movies and things like that. But you have to remember that this is the Loki straight after the events of Avengers, so he didn't get all that time to develop. But due to the events that happened in the show, he kind of has to move at an accelerated rate, and his character development is pretty good overall. As well as Loki, or Tom Hiddleston, I guess, we got Sophia De Martino, or Sophia Di Martino, sorry about that. And she played a new character for the MCU named Sylvie. And without getting into spoilers, I have to say I appreciated her performance as well. The back and forths with Loki were appreciated, and seeing her growth by the end was pretty nice too. Owen Wilson played a character named Mobius, and he was a real treat as well. His character offered some comic relief, and this is one of his better performances I've seen from him in recent years, and actually haven't seen him in recent years, so this is the best performance I've seen of his in recent years. And the MCU always has a way of bringing the best out of people in terms of the performances they give, so I do have to say that that probably had a lot to do with it. But Owen Wilson has never been a bad actor in my opinion, so I think he was capable of this all along, but seeing him in this was kind of surprising, but a very welcome surprise in my opinion. Other quick shout outs are for Gugu Mbatha Raw. I'm pretty sure I said her name wrong. Sorry about that, but she played this character named Ravonna, and she was a great character, and I suspect we'll be seeing more of her in season 2 in some capacity. Also, Wunmi Mosaku, I think I said her name wrong too. Sorry about that as well. I'm just butchering everybody's names, and you would think with me having a Nigerian name, I'd be better at that, but here I am fucking it all up. Anyway, she was a great character too, and she had a standout role as well in my opinion. But Jonathan Majors is also in the show, and that might be a spoiler for some people, but I can't go on without shouting him out because his character was fantastic. His performance was nuanced and complex, and you can tell he holds a lot of weight to the future of the MCU. And without getting into too many spoilers by saying that, he's going to be a pretty important character down the line, I feel like. And it's really exciting to think about where they go with his character. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know why I did that. So visually, this show is colorful and gorgeous, but it also looks pretty desolate at times. Like, they travel from world to world and time period to time period in the show. And every time they travel, the new environment looks... Shit, why am I yawning? God. Who's texting me? So they travel from planet to planet and time period to time period, like I said, and each time period and planet that they travel to is different than the last, and it looks very nice. There are very nice set pieces that they have set up, and of course some of this comes down to CGI, but the CGI that's on display here is also pretty impressive too. And I have to say that overall, just from a visual standpoint, the show looks pretty good. Now, not to compare it, but also to compare it, it's still not on the level of like WandaVision in my opinion, because that show, I feel like, again, I feel like that show, they put a lot of their budget into that show, at least. And this show also had a pretty big budget by what I'm saying, but it wasn't quite on the level of how amazing I feel like WandaVision looked. And obviously Falcon and the Winter Soldier had like the cheapest budget out of them all, from what it looked like anyway. It could have had the most expensive for all I know. But visually, yeah, stunning in my opinion. So I really appreciated that. Also, like, just certain episodes were like standout episodes to me. Like episode 3 was really nice. There was a shot in that episode towards the end where I think it was one continuous shot, and if it wasn't, it looked like one to me at least. So I have to shout that out because I love when they do like one take shots, like that movie, I think it was 1917, that war movie that came out that was literally shot like a one take movie the whole time, which was insane to me. But yeah, there was a scene in this film, or in this show, that looked like that to me, and I thought it was really cool. And I just wanted to shout it out real quick as well. But also, another thing I wanted to point out was pretty much just the heart and the compassion that this show has. I guess not compassion, but emotion that it has. It holds a lot of weight in some scenes, because characters, like I said, there's a lot to do with characters, and the character development throughout the show is what really carries this show more than anything. Like, yes, there's really good action scenes. There's a lot of good action, actually, and I'll get to that in a bit. But there's good action, there's good visuals, there's good storytelling, there's good sequencing, but the characters and the heart are really what carry this show, in my opinion. Like, excuse me, there's a lot of self-reflection within characters that we see, and that was a little bit unexpected, because I was kind of expecting I actually don't know what I went into the show expecting. I didn't really have any expectations, but I wasn't expecting what I saw, you know? Like, I didn't think the show was going to be the way it was, with characters being this emotional, or having this many, like, having these many feelings on display, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I thought that the way that they handled it was very nice, and the way that they made a lot of characters mature in this short period of time and see things from a different perspective and just grow overall was really cool. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the action. I think that there was a lot of good combat in this show. I wasn't expecting that either, but like there was a lot of good fight scenes. The choreography was really nice, like with Loki and like Sylvie and some of the TVA soldiers or agents or whatever they're called, the asshole agents. AA, that's nice. High five. The action was really good, and I have to commend that because Marvel again is also always really good at having like really good action scenes in shows and movies. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. I'm done. My body is betraying me and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm fed up. Some bullshit. But yeah, the action's really good. A lot of fighting. A lot more fighting, like I said, than I expected, but it all landed pretty well and it looked very believable in all the scenes that I saw. So I am greatly appreciative of that. But all in all, I think Loki is a pretty solid show. The villains of the show, can't really spoil that for you guys, so I'll just say that there are multiple different villains, if you want to put it that way. There's no clear-cut villain. Everybody has their own villain in the show, I think, is the best way that I can put it. And by the end of it all, it's all just a matter of perspective for who is really the bad guy here. And it doesn't really matter towards the end because of what happens and the repercussions, like I said in the beginning, that everything in the show is going to have. Because of one character's decisions. Just one person can change the course of like everything. And all I know is that other characters are going to have a lot of cleaning up to do in the universe after this. And I'm excited to see where it goes. But yeah, Loki was a great show. Like I said, it has a lot of heart. The character development was amazing. Action was really good. Visually stunning. Of anything, the only complaint that I have is that I wish they told the story in more episodes, because it felt kind of rushed in some capacity. Like, yes, there was a good amount of character development, but it happened pretty fast, you know? Like, that could have been spread out over a couple more episodes. Like, I think WandaVision had the most episodes out of all these shows. Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier had 6, and this show also had 6. So that's pretty much the only negative I have towards this show, because everything else was pretty solid in my opinion. But overall, really enjoyed the show. Excited for season 2, and they did announce that season 2 is coming at the end of the show. There was no after credit scene like I was hoping for, but it is what it is. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys thought of the show, if you enjoyed it, if you didn't like it, what you're looking forward to next season, who your favorite character was, all that good stuff. Let me know down below. I do appreciate you guys watching as always, and look forward to more videos like this in the future and different videos coming out soon, because I got plenty more stuff to make pretty soon. Don't know what the next video is going to be about. Maybe be a video game review. We'll just have to wait and see. But thank you guys for watching as always, and if you did appreciate this content, go ahead and like, subscribe, and stay tuned to see what type of content I take on next. Later. Bye.